Hey guys, what's up? Steve Kondrajeski here with SCPA Weather Forecast. Cigar of the session is Farce, Room 101. Great stick. My backdrop has changed. I'm in my, instead of man cave, I'm in my man garage. Working out here today. See that? See this thing like right there? Want to give a big shout out, if he's watching, to my neighbor Chris Farley. Yeah, we call him Chris Farley. He likes me not to use his full alias. But he put that heater in. So I got a heater out here now. So it's nice and toasty in here, around 70. And if my wife comes walking through, because she's probably wondering who the hell I'm talking to in here, she'll be coming through. Nope. That door right there. All right, so what are you looking at? Another storm's coming. Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. We were supposed to have a party at my house. Don't know what to do because I plow snow, but I need to watch the Super Bowl. Fortunately, Sundays are the best times, well, the weekends actually, for snow, because like 90% of my commercial accounts aren't open. Only my restaurants that I do, which we have 4, probably only about 6 of my commercial locations are open of my 22. So it's nice and easy, except for like this snow is going to be thump snow. So it's going to come in quick. It's going to thump, 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 thump. And then it's going to end. And then it will be Super Bowl. And then I'll have to have all my lots cleared by Monday morning, 7 a.m. If you just heard a noise, it was my trusty heater going on. So anyway, what you're looking at here is the SREF Ensemble means, which run off of the American models. Last run, newest run. Snow goes out to 1 o'clock on Sunday. Now, back on Wednesday when I was too busy plowing snow, the European model came out and had a blizzard. Well, let's see, another big storm, another really big storm for Sunday. And then all of a sudden, 2 runs in a row, the GFS didn't have it. The Canadian didn't have it. None of the, of course, short-range models had it because they don't go into that time frame. And you probably saw a whole bunch of stuff about, another foot is expected this weekend. And everyone was like gung-ho because the European model showed it. Well, then all of a sudden the European model lost it. And the GFS still wasn't showing it, and the Canadian still wasn't showing it. So it was like everyone stuffed their foot in their mouth. They were fist in the mouth. And so as of early yesterday, there was no snow. And we're like, shucks, what are we going to do? Well, fortunately, I was kicked off of Facebook, so I couldn't post on it, so I couldn't stick my fist in my mouth. But I did tell some of my friends, watch out Sunday. And then I was like, look like an idiot. Anyways, here we are. Now Friday, 4 o'clock. This is coming in, it looks like, late tomorrow night, overnight, into Sunday morning. So we're really only 24, 36 hours away. And these are the storms that you got to keep your eyes on, because what happens is that when storms are modeled 4 or 5 days in advance, normally what happens is they start showing all these different solutions. And then as they get closer to, they start like picking and pointing out like where that band of snow is going to be. Like the Canadian model last storm was showing some areas with like 48 inches of snow. Well, we're like, yeah, okay, blah, 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 blah. And then like on last Friday, it was over like South Central PA, like York area, like showed 48 inches of snow. I was like, well, 36 inches of snow fell in Nazareth. So that Canadian model wasn't too far off. Now, if you didn't use the Kuchera method and you used the traditional forecasting method, then that forecast was spot on. But what had happened was that basically that area with coastal storms, you have a very, not that widespread. You have a widespread area of larger storm of snow, but a more focused area of like the big, what we call lollipop amounts. And Friday, It was over South Central PA, and then it ended up being over basically Lehigh Valley. And as we got closer to Sunday and Monday, the model started hinting at that. So we were forecasting that from like 5 days out. Well, this only started on the radar again yesterday. So it's been on the radar now for 24 hours, and we're still 24, 36 hours out. So these are the storms you got to keep an eye on. You got to look at trends. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because last model run, this model run, there is a, let me see if I can zoom in here. Yeah. Come on. Why is that doing that? All right, let's just do this. Boom. Boom. Sorry, guys. Okay. There we go. Pretty significant increase. You're starting to see these purple show up. That's over 6 inches of snow. Let's go to the ensemble beans because I like using these. European guidance. Still not all that bullish. Look at that, 3.5. Actually, the latest run showing it less snow. Let me take this out to Sunday. All right, still nothing. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you these. I want to show you pressure. Because what's happening is as we get closer and closer, and normally what is the trend with these storms is they will pull further north, northwest. So low pressure last run, this run, down by 1 millibar. Pretty similar positioning. Down by 2 millibars, that's 999. This is 997. Now, in millibars, as I said, difference of 2 millibars can make a difference in how expansive the precipitation shield is. Now, here's the one thing I want to point out. These are the operational runs, like of the average mean of what the 50 members say. Well, if you go to here, plus the low locations, here is where the mean low is, right about there. What you're going to notice is there's a lot more over here to the northwest. And that is the reason why the SREF model guidance has been increasing the snow totals. And I think what's going to continue is that as each successive model run goes on, the next couple of runs, we got about 3 to 4 left before the storm's actually here, they're going to slowly start ticking north-northwest. Now, I caution, the further northwest it goes, the more snow back in here, but you don't want it too far northwest because then you start getting mixing. And that's what I'm concerned with my map for down in here. And I'll show you some in a second. So let's just go to, let's do this quick. Let's look at the GFS mean of the ensemble runs. GFS is way far out here. And let's go to the Canadian mean, which did a phenomenal job with the last storm. And what do you notice? There's a lot more tucked in back here. So, if I was a betting man, which I am, and if I forecast weather, which I do, what I need to do is I need to account for these. Because the further northwest means that these operational models that are now showing maybe only 2 to 4 inches of snow are probably wrong. All right. Let's go into some, let's just go here. Just show you some snow things, snow totals. Here we go. This is the Canadian model run, the last run, this run. Let's go out further a little bit more. 2 inches, 4 inches. Let's go to the GFS mean. 3.2 inches last run, 2.3 inches this run. Now, Cigar went out. Now, the newest GFS is going to be coming out very shortly. The 18Z, as we call it in the weather. Z stands for Zulu time. Somebody asked me about that. Zulu. Okay, we're back in business. We get a drink quick. All right, here we go. European global model. We're not talking about the ensembles. These are the operationals. European runs 4 times a day. Canadian runs 2 times a day. GFS runs 4 times a day. NAM 4 times a day. 4 times a day is the other NAM suite. Not too many changes in this, except for this purple has now been extended up here. And likely what's going to occur with the model runs moving forward is this purple is going to be more widespread and likely, if I'm right, start moving to the northwest. Let's go. We already looked at the Canadian. Let's look at the European control. Tall tale sign right here. This was a flatter system. See how this purple is like going in that direction? And see how there was like this cutoff edge here? Well, notice how this edge has bumped up there. And this is starting to make the S. So that tells me that the low pressure, which was originally supposed to be going like doo, 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 is probably not going to come like doo, 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 doo. And you may even be right at the 40-70 benchmark for a blockbuster nor'easter, but 40-70 is more for like New England, stuff like that. Still, that's where you want to get inside 40 latitude, 70 longitude. We are actually pretty much York, Pennsylvania is right at 40 latitude. I think it's 40 latitude. Yes, latitude, longitude. Today's Friday. I'm excited. As you can tell, we had a good snow this past week, right around 13 inches total. Gonna have another good snow on Sunday, I think. And then next week, oh man, if we can get back to backs, I'll be a very happy person because I plow snow. And what falls from the sky is what I call white gold and what we call white gold. And the best storms for us are individual storms of like 6 to 12 inches are perfect. Once you get over 12 inches, it starts being a pain in the ass. I dealt with the 33-inch snowstorm. I don't ever want to deal with one of those again unless I'm not plowing. Then you could have some fun with 33 inches. So let's go here to our trusty old NAM model, which actually did a phenomenal job with the last storm. I didn't believe it though. I bought the other models which were showing more snow, hence my 12 to 20. Now, we did get over 12, but we didn't get anywhere close to 20. But I'm thankful that I bumped my map north, and I explained that. So we got what I thought, but it wasn't closer to the 20. It was, of course, close to the 12. Let's go in here, zoom in. Boop. Last NAM, 3K. Now, I'm not going to start trusting this until it's 24 hours in. So tomorrow, this point in time, actually, no, excuse me, tomorrow morning runs is when I start really focusing on these NAMs. But, pardon me, we're at York proper 4.6, York proper 8.0. Now look at this, getting down here closer. I think this is going to start bumping northwest a little bit more. It can't go too much further northwest. I mean, it could, but then if it goes too much further northwest, then you're going to be down here. Notice this huge cutoff, 8.9 inches, 15 miles away, 0. That we're used to seeing that on the northwest side, and we still may even see that on the northwest side with this storm, except I don't think it's going to be here. I think it's going to be more so up here. Man, somebody needs me. Let's go to the 12K NAM. 4.7 York, living right on that edge of that 6-inch line. 7.5, more expansive, like I've been saying. And the European model went down in totals. Now, you also saw that in its ensemble runs. I'm not too focused on the European right now. I think it's having some problems with, it has a southern bias. I think it's, even with the last storm, a pretty southern bias with the storm, and got pretty far north. So much far north that we had a lot of sleet and freezing rain, more so than I thought. But hey, the NAM models, they caught on. Let's see if these are in yet. I don't think the Canadians are in. They are in, but they're not that far out. Let's see if I can get the latest GFS. GFS also is in, but it's not that far out. I should have waited like 20 more minutes to do this video. Icon, this is the German model. This did a pretty good job too. Let's see. This should have the 18-inch. 18Z in. Boom, there it is. 18Z, 12Z. I noticed this and I said, huh. Now the question is, how much further north does this keep pulling? Traditionally, they pull further north. May start to go back a little bit south, but then end up a little bit further north. So let's go to my first map. Let me explain. Scranton State College, this area here, 2 to 5 inches. Now, one saving grace back there may be higher ratio snows because of more cold air is entrenched and it's deeper. So you may get less precipitation, but you may get a decent snow. Now, I do think that these numbers are probably going to have to get bumped up a little bit. I don't know how much and to how far the extent's going to have to go northwest. I'm sticking with the 3 to 6 down here for now, simply because I do feel that modeling is going to start pushing this thing further northwest, and you're going to get more sleet, freezing rain, even on the coastal areas down here, possibly all rain. Baltimore is a tricky forecast. Baltimore City, maybe 3. Once you get up 83 up into Mount Washington and Cockeysville area, you may have upwards of 8 inches of snow up there. Tricky forecast. Washington, same thing. Tidal Basin area, tricky forecast. Once you start getting northwest, a lot more snow. Now, where I live and where I forecast for mainly in South Central PA, I'm thinking right now 4 to 8 inches of snow. However, I can easily see more than 8 inches of snow. That's why I got this little trusty magenta line here. This line indicates where I think you're going to go 30 miles either side of that line, and you're going to have your best shot of seeing a foot of snow. Yeah. Some areas within 30 miles of this line can see upwards of a foot of snow. And maybe even more, because this is going to be thump snow. And what happens in thump snow is that you get a very, say, 50 to 75 mile wide area of snow that it is just coming down. And it's coming down at the rate of 1 inch to 3 inches an hour. So let's use some non-Common Core math here, because we don't use that stuff. I don't have any kids, but I don't believe in Common Core math. Like, I wouldn't be able to figure it out. Let's just stick with the 1 inch per hour times 5 hours equals 5 inches. The storm's probably going to start in the morning, say 6 to 9 a.m., and end probably 1 to 4, 5 p.m. Let's say 2 to 5 p.m. Of course, location dependent. I'm referring to this area down here as it looks right now. So if you have 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, that is right there, 6 hours. And if you're snowing an inch an hour, that means that you have 6 inches. If you're snowing 2 inches an hour, that means that you have 12 inches. Now, is it going to be snowing 2 inches an hour for the entire 6 hours? No, likely not. But if the storm comes in at, say, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you have an additional 1 to 2 inches prior to that heavier band coming in, well, then that's where you can get upwards of 12 to 15 inches. Now, that I'm not forecasting yet. However, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibilities. Like, let me go back and show you. Let me show you this this NAM 3K. I want to go to the precipitation here. Let's just go to the 1 hour thicknesses. Boom. All right. So, excuse me, 1 hour increments. All right. So we're going to get out here. This is showing us. Let's say I'm going to really start to hone in on this model and focus on this model tomorrow, starting tomorrow afternoon. But so this is showing. This is tomorrow night at 2 o'clock or Sunday. Speak, Steve. Sunday morning, 2 a.m. 3 a.m., 4. Now watch this. See all these heavy snows? That's heavy snow. And then here you got a little break. And then you got more heavy snow. Like that right there is extremely heavy snow. Now, if this low pressure system's right here at a 991, this model precipitation output is off. Okay? It's off. There'll be more heavy snow back here. You know what? Let me do it this way. Let me do the 3 hour increments. It shows it better. There we go. So you see that there? Now let's just go to the precipitation. All right, so this is 15. So this is 11 o'clock. See all that heavy snow, particularly on this run right here? Old run, new run. Old run, new run. That's all heavy snow. Once you get out of this is like moderate snow. This is all heavy snow. So let's just go back. So we have really this is still the same hour, but it's forecasting the 3 hour precipitation rates. Let me show you this model. Let me show you this, I guess, precept. I like this, so you can see it. QPF, sorry. You get in here, boom. See how those blues. Now let's go here to precipitation total. Go back in here. So we're talking almost an inch of precip. Now I do think, as I said, this is going to be a little bit further northwest. So there we have it. Friday, 4 o'clock. Storm's coming Sunday morning. Let's check to see if the GFS came in yet. Check the multi-parameter. It's not. We're only out to hour 7. So maybe I'll do another video tonight or tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for viewing. Have yourself an awesome weekend. Be safe. If you're going to go to the Super Bowl party, be careful. As I see it right now, the roads will be snowy. They'll be icy. It will still be snowing heavy, particularly up in this area. And as you get further northeast, Snow will probably be over by the start of the game in parts of South Central PA, in points southwest, points northeast. Still be snowing, as I see it. So if you're having a Super Bowl party and you're relying on people to be there, and well, first and foremost, you have to wear a mask because that's very important. So make sure you wear a mask at your parties. Um, and then if you have food ordered, very important that you may want to consider on the amount of food that you have ordered because people might not be able to make it. And if they can't make it, then you don't want to be screwed out of money. And that's the dilemma that we're going through right now because we have like 15 people come in our house on Sunday. And my wife always puts out an amazing spread. Anyone that's ever been into my house knows that. And we go above and beyond. Anybody that ever has been to my house knows that. And I don't know how many people are going to show up because I know a couple of my friends that are planning on coming are either going to be helping me plow snow or plow snow themselves. The other ones probably don't have four-wheel drive. So maybe the only person that might be here is my good old trusty friend and neighbor who put that in, Chris Farley, like the actor. Toodles.